Okay. Just checking, we have a quorum.
Yeah, in terms of attendance, we have Tom, myself, Carl Rothbart, Martin Skrulinas is on the phone. Art is here. And that's all we have. Absent is Todd, Janet Lindstrom, and Richard Rose at this point.
All right. New Canaan's Planning and Zoning Commission, while discussing proposed changes to the property identified as 51 Main Street, on meetings on August 23rd and at a previous meeting on July 26th. Referred to the Historic District Commission a question of how changes to one building in the HDC could impact the character of the Historic District Commission as a whole. Keeping in mind that the Historic District Commission includes some 21 properties along Main Street, Seminary Street, and Park Street, and the early portions of Oak Ridge Road. We are asked as a commission to answer that question.
I would like to read a statement and then make a motion.
Good.
If I can.
Excellent.
Okay. The New Canaan Historic District was created in 1963 and currently consists of 21 properties, as Tom just said. That represents less than 1% of the built environment in New Canaan, which shows how critically important these buildings are. The purpose and value of the historic district is to preserve our cultural and historical resources. 51 Main Street, otherwise identified as the Red Cross Building, is a key resource in the district, both because of its location as a gateway to the district and God's Acres, and for the quality and intactness of its architectural features and fabric. Based on that, I'd like to make a motion. Would someone say?
Before you speak, could I just speak for a second?
Sure.
Without
Oh, yeah.
further comments?
Yeah.
So, I'm Linda Barsani, I'm the town planner, so, I refer the motion as staff from the PZC to you, so I just wanted to state, reiterate what you said actually, that, as you know, the commission had an application for it within the historic district, that's looking to, propose alterations to an existing historic structure and build an additional building behind it now, that for 1-unit development. At the end of the day, the commission is looking to understand if the alterations to a contributing building in a district will affect the historic district as a whole. And then because New Canaan only has one historic district, do the alterations, oh, sorry, I just said that, sorry. And furthermore, because it's a gateway in the location that they're proposing, it's a gateway into your district. How does that affect the district as a whole? And it's assumed that the applicant will at some future date come before this commission for a certificate of appropriateness. Wanted to be careful that none of your responses sort of touched on topics that related to what you had jurisdiction over with respect to a certificate of appropriateness.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. George. Hey, how's it going, Martin? How
Good.
are you?
I'm on a Zoom.
Huh?
I'm on a Zoom call. It's okay.
Okay, so I would like to present a motion to the commission. Would I have a second for presenting a motion? Yeah. Okay. It is critically important to preserve all of the properties in the district intact. Based on our guidelines, the presentations by the applicant to P and Z and testimony by several expert witnesses to the P and Z Commission on the August 23rd meeting. It is the determination of the HDC that the proposed changes to the building at 51 Main Street would not be appropriate within the HDC guidelines and would significantly alter the structure and be irreversibly detrimental to the fabric of the historic district and our town, and should not be approved or allowed to go forward as currently proposed. Yeah, 2 seconds.
I second it.
So I think the next thing would be to vote on this.
I'm ready to take the vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
I recuse myself.
Who else do we have?
So we have Art.
We have, yeah, and we have myself,
Yeah.
obviously, so we have 3 in favor, 1 recusing of the people from our commission who are on the call and in person.
The motion passes.
Hey, don't forget, I'm gonna take my card. Yes, yes. I am. My special police buddy. Can I receive? Oh, yeah.
Right, did you read,
Let me get my license and register. Right.
Hello, yes, hi. Tom, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. All right, thank you for letting us know. All right. That was Richard Rose, who said he wasn't able to make the connection.
Lynn, it's Pete Gelderman. Can I say something?
I'm sure.
No, I'm sorry, there's,
That's a town attorney. That's a town.
Oh, the
attorney.
town attorney.
Yeah, that's a town attorney.
Okay,
go ahead.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was on a different call and I just tuned in, but in an ideal world, the resolution of the commission would not necessarily make any references to the appropriateness of the specific changes, because this applicant is going to come before you at some point in time for a certificate of appropriateness. So the part of the resolution, and you can reconsider at the same meeting, you can actually, someone can move to have to modify the resolution. I would just recommend that you take out references to appropriateness and to the specific design of the building, and indicate that changes of this magnitude, changes of this type of magnitude are inconsistent with the district, are not in keeping with the district, because that was sort of the second half of your resolution mentioned that, but it's appropriate, I think, simply because you may have this application in front of you again for a certificate of appropriateness, at which point there'll be an applicant making a presentation that you not make any findings with respect to the actual design and construction of the building at this point in time, but simply that, as you found, the structure of this magnitude and size is inconsistent with the historic district as it exists. It's at the, for example, it's at the entrance of the district, and it's an inappropriate entrance to the historic district. That's the kind of comments that I think are best for the referral back to the Planning and Zoning Commission. That's just my thinking.
Okay, I thought we tried to keep it general and not get into the specifics of that project and
Right.
what details are. That would be something we would review at a certificate of appropriateness meeting. This was general overview of.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that I came in late. I heard the word, appropriateness, and maybe that was in a different context. But I think, maybe without even amending the resolution, the HDC can simply add a footnote to it that it's not the HDC's intent to judge the merits of the specific proposal, the architecture, et cetera, of the specific proposal, but rather the general impact, on the district itself. That's what the purpose of your comments are. And maybe your resolution, did that adequately. And again, I apologize. I was on a call and I couldn't get in on time, but that's the gist of what I'm saying. Is just so it's clear that the HDC is not rendering any sort of ruling on a matter that will come before you, subsequently.
Thank you for pointing it out to us. We'll make sure that that footnote is added to the minutes and included in the minutes of the meeting.
Terrific. I appreciate that.
According to my notes on the agenda, we're not ready to adjourn.
Oh, sorry. We could adjourn. Do you guys do you have any other discussion points you want to add or anything or no?
Do we open it up to?
No, we do not. So I don't even think we need a motion. I think I can just say we are at this point adjourned.
Okay, well, I can second it just to make sure.
Thank you for being here. Thank you, Marty, and persons who joined us by Zoom. And to all others, have a good evening.
P and Z stuff.